What's up, y'all? Erroneous here, back with another video. I am on Watcher of Realms, and I've got with me Gare Bear. I've had him on the channel before, but playing Raid. Gare Bear, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. You are, to this day, still my only collaboration that I've done with another YouTuber, so that's pretty cool. Glad to be back.
Hey, I'll
And I'm
take it.
also very excited to share Watcher of Realms because I've played this game over 2 years now, well over 2 years, and it's fantastic. So getting another body in the servers is always going to be fun.
Heck yeah, man. And so in today's video, Gare Bear is going to be basically showing me around, showing me through the ropes and saying, hey, this is where your account should be at this stage. This is where we want to see you in the next, say, 30 days or so, and what he's done to progress in the game thus far. I'll give him a quick tour of my account and where it's at. And I hope to continue playing this game because it is a fun game. I just, with time, it can be difficult to play it on a regular basis. But when you get into the game, it's really fun and enjoyable. So, yeah, so I'm currently at about 2 weeks in almost. Not crazy, but I do have a few very strong champions or heroes in this game. And yeah, so if I go to my heroes, I've got already 3 legendary heroes. So
Okay, yeah.
I pulled these pretty early
Torador
on.
and Constance happen to be both very, very good. So Torador, the Minotaur looking dude, he's like the lord from one of the best like damage dealing factions in the game, especially when it comes to like boss killing. So like if you click in the top right there on like his icon, like for the faction, you can see like all the other people that are members of it. And again, when it comes to this like straight up DPS, Nightmare Council is like one of the strongest places to go.
Okay.
There's like guaranteed heroes in here too. So there's like the Sun Wukong event that's going on right now where he's guaranteed within 200 summons. You got like Kagiri and all that sort of stuff. So the names probably won't mean a lot, but Torador's exceptional. He's like an insanely good tank. So awesome you have him. And then Constance, she's like a defender combined with a healer who can also like do inspirations. Think of like an increased attack basically is what she can do for your team while also healing them, which is pretty crazy.
Nice, nice. Yeah, these are really good. What do you think about this guy? The Lycius.
I have him. I've never used him. Like he's still just not even built on my account. The reviews are kind of like they're okay on him. I don't know. I've never tested him, so I don't really have like a solid opinion if I'm being honest. Yeah, that's really all I got to say about him. He's got like a kind of cool looking kit, but it seems like very niche at best, and it seems like there's like other options that'll do his role better. So
okay. So he could definitely use a little bit of love. I do use him in quite a few of the areas of the game. Now, the one downside I had about this character was he attacks really slow. I noticed that early on, and I've only been playing less than just about 2 weeks. And so, going into characters like this guy who's attacking really fast and defending, and he does hit pretty hard too, as opposed to this guy, he's got slower attacks, damage seems to be over time, and this guy's just like straight up DPS, like he could take someone down no problem. And then other heroes that I have, like I really like this guy, he hits pretty hard, Demos, and this guy hits super hard, Thoen, for an epic. I think they're not bad, but I'm not sure if I should be focusing on someone else or just continue on with getting this guy maxed out.
that's a good question. So Demos is hands down when it comes to like epic heroes. At least he is probably the best unit in the game for like damage against bosses. He's just like he scales incredibly well. He has mechanics that keeps himself alive and all that sort of good stuff. So he's like a win-win for like guild boss, for example. And then Theowen actually still sees like a lot of end game usage in the arenas and stuff like that, especially mainly because so like yeah, he'll do really good damage right now. His damage does kind of fall off towards the end game, but he brings like slows and crowd control, which is like astronomically important for the end game. It's with his like ultimate and then with his passive there as well. Basically he just like has the blades that stay in place doing damage to people, slowing them down, all that sort of good stuff. And he's part of the piercers as well, so if you have one of the lords for the piercers, he gets an extended range as well, like another block of range on his basic, which means that he can like reach so many areas on every map, which is cool.
I love that part of this game where you have an area of effect and it shows you how far away they can attack to. That's really interesting. to me, and I really do like that. And then they kind of have example videos next to it, so it's super helpful in terms of where the champions are going to be attacking and how this skill even works. I kind of wish they did that with other skills too. That would be super interesting. That would be really helpful for early game players as well. And
100%.
you know, this guy has a big area of effect too, especially with the ultimate. Now, of course, he's not a piercer, so he really only has a few slots for range. But so people do have to click and just verify where he's hitting. That's one thing I definitely want to let people know, especially if they're early game, because you know, you don't just assume, oh, I got a tank and he can hit really far with this ultimate, that he's going to always be hitting far. So that's a big one that I learned pretty fast, because when I was going into games, I would just like slap people down and then not realize that, hey, that's not what they're there for. So you do have to promote some strategy by utilizing some, you know, far distance champions versus, so the piercers versus the defenders versus the healers. So it's really important to note. At first, I was just throwing in the ones that were doing all damage, and then I was like, okay, yeah, no, that's not gonna help. So then I started having to throw in a few different champs that would help heal, defend, and then do damage, but make sure they're placed in a spot far enough away so they're not getting killed first. At first, I was like, oh, I don't know what's going on, and then soon I started figuring it out on my own. For me, I started out in campaign and I blew past tons of stages super quick. I'm already at chapter 6, so I beat this stage where you can get tons of experience. Then I went to N65 and I can't seem to beat this one.
Okay.
And so from your perspective, with the team I have, is this just because of the way I have my team set up, or do I need to try to get assist units? What do you recommend?
If you want to add me, you can use my assist units and just clear everything, everything in the campaign, no problem.
Oh, you can actually like choose a person potentially?
Well, so it'll show up randomly, like it'll randomly select from your friends list, and then you just hit the update button if you don't like the options you have, and then it'll like give you another option basically.
Oh, nice.
And then from my side, if you use my assist hero, it gives me like the friendship points like extra basically, which then convert to energy, so it's kind of like a win-win. With the campaign though, just kind of like a tip for newer players, if you're stuck on a stage, what I'd recommend actually is switching the difficulty to the next highest difficulty.
Okay.
Because if you come from raid, you have to finish like, you know, the normal campaign before you can do hard. This one you can do them kind of at the same time. So if you're stuck on like the normal, it's actually going to be easier to progress through the first couple of stages of the hard campaign than it will be that next stage of normal, I would say.
Ah, okay.
Which is interesting. It's a nice kind of like change of pace. So yeah, just click that and
I
you should be able to do
actually
hard.
did not
Yeah.
realize that. That's good to know.
And then you get like extra rewards and stuff like that, which is really cool as well. And then in terms of like the actual stage you were stuck on, it said that you were beyond in terms of like the BP requirements. So I would say
Right.
it's probably just going to be an issue with like gearing.
Okay.
You'd really want to focus on like just a couple of major units off the start. So kind of like figure out like off the start, it's really just, you know, kind of who you like and who you think best fits like your play style or interest or whatnot. Because like if you're just trying to go based off of like who's the most meta and whatnot, you're probably not going to have that much fun. At
Yeah.
least, you know, most people won't, I don't think. And then yeah, what do you have going on for gear? Like what sort of
Gear
pieces do you have?
wise,
Well, Torador's naked, so
to be
it
honest,
would
yeah,
help
this
if
one doesn't really have much on. So yeah, that would definitely help. So I tend to utilize this quick equip a lot, where I just click it and they just add stuff to the champion based on what the game feels that champion is going to be, what gear is best suited to this champion in the game. But not sure if that is going to be helpful long term, or is it just more for early game players like myself that are sort of newbie. I don't have any more gear, so I would have to farm more gear. So what are your recommendations?
Farming like gear raids might be a very good way to go there. When it comes to the quick equip, really it's one of those things that's weird because it doesn't really have much use in the mid game like at all. It's going to be useful for people just starting out where it's like quick equip, just throw crap on them, use them, good to go. And then the other place it comes in useful is in like the very, very end game when you're trying to push like the tide waves, because that content is based solely around like how much power points you have on each hero basically, and that's what the auto equip prioritizes, is just BP, so like the power ranking. It doesn't necessarily go for like best stats or anything like that. Like it's very inefficient for like trying to get good builds. It's just getting that the player power up basically. in terms of gear, since you have like pretty much nothing, I'd recommend farming a little bit inside probably gear raid 3, because that'll get you good right-hand side pieces, which it looks like you're lacking. So if
I
you go to
see.
raids and then gear raid.
Gear raid, and then right now I've done gear raid 1, gear raid 2, and I'm on to gear raid 3.
Yeah, so you'd want to try and push up in this as much as possible. For Gear Raid 3, you'll need a lot of like marksman and ranged units basically. But the thing with Gear Raid 3 is you're definitely going to spend like the majority of your energy here basically, because it has like the best damage dealing sets for like 95% of players
Okay.
in the late game. And then you can get even like just good other pieces as well. So yeah, you have like Gear Raid 1 is strictly for left-hand side pieces, and then Gear Raids 2 and 3 are both for right-hand side pieces, just different sets will drop, basically.
Wonder
Don't
if
neglect Gear Raid 2, though. I made that mistake, and I regret it. So yeah, with this, you're going to have like basically just multiple lanes of enemies coming through. The first couple waves should be pretty easy to beat.
And then this one,
And
I
then they're
think you can
actually...
only do full auto if you beat it, right? Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So I would have to
With 3
basically
stars.
place people in an area that would make sense. So like something like this.
So really the only units here that will benefit you are going to be Theowin and... Yeah, so Theowin would be good. And then your Glacius, I think his name is, the mage damage dealing guy we were talking
This
about.
one here?
Yeah, he'll benefit you as well. These particular enemies are actually like pretty strong against magic damage though.
Okay.
So long term, you definitely want to have more like marksman piercers kind of thing going on.
Yeah, like I like this guy too, this rare
That guy
start
is
off
nice.
with.
Yeah, he's
he
awesome.
actually does some pretty crazy damage, I feel like.
Voltus, I think his name is.
Yeah. So like this guy really wouldn't work. Then
Yes and no. So you see how the boss is attacking you? There's kind of a strategy where you can place down tanks
Mhm.
like in the middle.
Mhm.
So like Constance would be perfect for it actually, because then she can tank the boss hits as well as heal everybody up, plus give them inspiration. So even though she's not really doing anything herself, she's helping out a ton.
And then manually, I would just kind of use my ultimates as time goes on, and hopefully win in that sense. Like this guy would end up giving a boost then.
Only to nightmare units, which you only have Demos.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
he's not really going to be a huge
Whereas
help.
him, he could do that with Constance. I believe so.
So the Lords give their bonuses even if they're not deployed.
Oh,
which is
okay.
pretty cool.
That's good to know. And this guy can go in.
And I'm
use
not
his
gonna
ultimate.
lie, I just learned that I can place her crystal bombs on the water apparently.
Yeah,
I
she's.
didn't think she'd be able to place the bombs.
I actually really like her. She's fun.
She's so good. Yeah.
And then
So yeah, here it looks like you really just need like another ranged unit to be doing like DPS against the boss, basically.
So the best
like, the
person that I
left-hand
could
side.
use then is that pirate chick. I do have a pirate
She would help out a
who
lot.
could do some work. So let's go ahead and back out. It's hard to remember all these heroes in these games sometimes. If I go
Especially for the
back-
rares that aren't like, you know, as interesting, I guess.
Yeah. This chick here. Maureen. She is pretty decent. I think I got her only level 30 right now. But I feel like I might consider promoting her just because of the fact that those stages like gear raid bosses seems like you said, it's just going to be ranged units. So I need to focus on range. Oh, this guy's pretty good too.
I don't have experience with him. I was gonna say
Drago.
Moraine, I think she's actually kind of like underrated. No clue what he does though. I haven't really had a chance to look at his kit or anything.
He has decent range abilities, and I thought he wasn't hitting. Like, he has such far range is why I like him. Like incredible range for a rare. I was like, holy crap, this guy can shoot really far. But
He's doing AoE damage with extra damage to airborne too, which is insane for Gear
yeah.
3.
So I wanted to build this guy over her. Like, she has a strong ultimate, I will say, but his range is just nasty. And
Keep in mind it can be an extended still too.
True. Yeah, so I can get these two here. So I'm probably going to actually consider building this dude. And he was hitting pretty hard. And I think that his arrows can, when they hit somebody, it hits another person too. So
Is that his passive then?
I think so. So he has, when arrow rain is on, increases the wave number by 2. Damage 15.
Okay.
Deals
'Cause then,
damage
yeah, he's
to up to
doing-
10 enemy targets.
Yeah, it's very rare to see like an AoE basic attack on a marksman in this
Yeah.
game, which is pretty cool.
Isn't
'Cause,
that
like,
nuts?
Marksmen are really like single target big nukes is pretty much what they're doing.
Yeah, he he does some work. I used him in arena a lot because most arena battles are ranged targets only, ranged champions, I feel like. And yeah, he puts in work. It's just right now he's not that strong because of the gearing. I don't have gear, so I need to go into those gear dungeons like you said, start gearing up these champs, and then I probably can just clear a ton more stages in normal.
What I highly recommend as well is when you go back to like the main page there, go to the storyline. Yeah, because your reward for this is Volka, which it's very hard to like or it's very easy to underestimate how good like free heroes or free champions like this can be. But I made a video on her not all that long ago, and I think she is hands down like still one of the best units in the game for like so many players. So she has an awakening, and you'll get the awakenings for her for free basically.
Nice.
So I think it's her awakening 1. Where she actually reduces the redeployment time of all your heroes by 15%, which you'll really start to see the usefulness of that in the late game. So it takes like 60-second units. Yeah, so minus 25%, sorry. So it takes like 60-second redeploy units down to like a 15-second redeploy. Sorry, 45. Math is hard apparently, but yeah, so it like drastically reduces the redeployment, which if you're, cycling units or if you need to pick somebody up and deploy them somewhere else, it's insanely useful. Not only that though, she also does fantastic damage. And then you were looking at her kit as well. She brings like vulnerability to both physical and magic damages. She also heals herself, as you see there. So she has built-in lifesteal gear basically without any gear being put on her.
Yeah.
She stacks up like the Scarlet Ferment, which can do a lot of things. She also does AoE basic attack damage, which is pretty crazy.
Up to 5 enemies.
So she can be very useful. Exactly, yeah. She can be very useful for like the newest content that we've had to put out, which is like the Zerbis guild boss. And even for me, with my teams and my account, it's like very end game, she gets like daily use still. It's crazy. Like she's so good.
So
like,
I'll just have to start focusing on that.
Exactly, yeah. And then kind of the bonus with it is like as you go through these, it's going to help you progress the game anyways. It's like the Arbiter missions or the Marius missions. The stuff they give you to do is still relevant to how you want to progress your account anyway. So highly recommend focusing on her if you're going to really be pushing the game. She's so useful.
So basically where I'm stuck at on this mission is summon an epic purple or rare or rarer healer. If I go to my summons here,
you might have some. Get lucky on the video.
I've got 4 ancient summoning crystals. And there's a boost right now. Oh snap, this guy looks pretty sick, huh?
He does, yeah. He's very like useful in the end game as well. He's another leader just like Torador. He's actually like a faction leader for the same faction too, which is pretty cool.
Oh wow. And then this chick, kind of similar.
They knock it out of the park with like
their
designs.
They look great. Honestly, these designs maybe even rival or are better than that of potentially Raid. They're really good.
In some cases, I'd probably agree, yeah. Like, even epic heroes in this game just look so good in most cases.
Oh, and she's a long-range shooter as well.
Yes, but she's a healer, actually.
Oh, she's a healer mainly, okay.
Yeah, so what she specializes in is keeping people alive, but on really low health, basically.
Okay.
So there's certain, like, she's part of the Chaotic faction, so Chaotic, what they want to do is, like, reduce their own HP, and then they do more damage, or they get special effects when they have low HP. So she gives them, like, stacks of orbs, basically, that just stop them from dying if they get hit, but it still keeps them on low HP, which is pretty cool.
Okay, nice.
She's, like, best in slot for guild versus guild content, for, like, healing, even still. So she's insanely good. If people are getting her, they're setting themselves up for very, like, late game content, which is pretty cool.
And that's a 20 times chance to get one of these
we have
designated
20 times
heroes.
rates already on heroes, even though we have far less heroes in raid, which is really cool.
I do have 4 pulls, so maybe we can get lucky here. You never know.
There you go, fingers crossed.
You never know. Here we go. It does show. Oh wait, we got
you know what? At your level of account too, some of these rares will probably be
Nero.
useful as well.
This guy looks sick. I think it turns to gold or purple when you get the legendary or epics. Another Nero. What are the chances of that? Oh, I can also just hit summon again. That would be easier. Nunia. Another rare.
Yeah, not really too remarkable, I don't think. She exists. She's a rare. She's a hero. Oh, an epic
Rutu.
Pretty cool.
This guy is just a ground unit.
One huge thing to call out, depending on when you put this up, but the Sage's Invocation Yes, anybody who can get
Oh,
this guy Sun Wukong absolutely should be trying to. This guy is still one of the best in slot units for boss killing in the
yeah.
entire game, and he's one of the heroes that you want to have like A5 as well. So ideally, you want 6 copies of him because he is
6 copies of
crazy
this
good.
guy?
Basically, yeah.
Okay,
Because the
okay.
awakenings in this game, like, so it's kind of like an empowerment from Raid, where you put like copies of them into them, but some of the awakenings can be literally like basically game changing in terms of like how the hero plays or how much damage they can do or those sorts of things. So his A3 and his A5 are insanely good.
Got someone new. Mage.
This guy has like, some niche use. He's okay for damage dealing at a rare level, certainly.
What's M
Um,
damage versus...
magic damage.
Okay, I see. So it's just magic. Oh, if only I had one more, huh? Let's go.
Easy conversion.
Easy.
Just rares, unfortunately, it seems.
Oh, no gold. 880, man. That's a solid amount, you know? But for the video...
Gotta do what you gotta do. It is cool with the shards too, like how you'll see it continue spinning and go either like purple or gold if you're getting something more exciting.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we didn't get an epic, which is surprising. Not
I
a
would say
single
so,
epic.
yeah. 30 summons in, no epics is crazy.
Oh, it gave me 2 more because it felt bad for
You
me.
got more crystals, I guess you gotta keep going.
Gotta keep going. Gotta get an epic at least.
And hopefully it's a healer so you can continue your mission.
Ah,
Just rares though, it seems.
it's
Dang.
jipping us today. 32 with no epic. How many does it have a mercy on epics on this game?
It does, and it's very open. So if you click the details on the right, you can see the pity timer rules, and you can see drop rates, and you can see your summoning record. So the information is not hidden about how many you've opened or how far away from pity you are or what the pity rules are. So no pity on epics, sorry, just legendaries. But then you can look through and see all of your summoning history, so you can see exactly how many it's been since you last had a legendary, what the legendary was, all that. It's crazy.
That's pretty cool.
It's so good, yeah. I wish other games did this, not to mention any names or anything.
Yeah.
But,
all right, well, we have to go to the last one. We have to go this one then. We have to get an epic. Dang, that's unfortunate. And that was to try to beat that mission to work on getting that champion, right?
One to call out here, actually, Decimus is pretty darn useful for Gear Raid 2. So he has an ability when he's promoted, right there, actually, the one passive where he can go like unkillable essentially for 6 seconds, all the way up to 8 seconds.
Oh, wow.
So even if he takes a fatal hit, he can essentially just say, nope, I'm staying alive for 8 seconds. You can't do nothing about it. Very useful for Gear Raid 2. He can be like a carry to beat that essentially. So that's a pretty good pull.
They gave me exactly...
And he doesn't even have to be built to do it. Yeah.
Oh, that is pretty sweet.
Exact numbers.
Exactly 880. We got to do it.
Hopefully it's a healer.
Something good. Infernal.
Oh, okay, it's a mage. Yeah.
All right, so we'll continue.
She's a pretty good mage.
Okay, so let's see what she's got. She's got some pretty far reach for damage abilities. It's nice. So she'll probably replace my rare mage. So that'll be good.
Yeah, definitely. Infernals are very, very good damage dealing units as well.
So definitely going to be utilizing
her. They base themselves around like a lot of like burning effects and stuff like that too, as you'd probably expect, I guess.
Effect over time. That's nice. Yep. We'll take that. So not bad. And they do have nice lore stories too and awakenings for these ones too. So if you get copies, you can awaken them. I do like how this looks for the awakening too. It's really cool.
Now, in terms of areas I think you should be focusing, 100%, same thing as you kind of expect to see from Raid. Guild Boss is the most important content in the game without any question whatsoever.
Oh, I see, I see.
Yeah. So you have Drake's Chasm, which resets daily. And the rewards from this are insanely good. So if you go down to like Nightmare 4, and then if you click on like the top chest, so reward 5, you can get yourself, so at the top there are soul stones. So the kind of like legendary looking like crystals at the top.
Oh, I see.
The middle. Yeah. So these are quite literally the equivalent of pulling a duplicate legendary of your choice.
Oh,
which is
wow.
pretty cool because, again, the awakening system, these soul stones allow you to activate an awakening on a hero of your choice without getting a duplicate of that hero, which is so useful for obviously like ancient exclusive heroes or limited time heroes, right? So those are incredibly useful. You obviously get like gear from this, you get shards from this, you get gems from this, you get your skill tome equivalent, basically, like your skill crystals. You can get these awakening soul stones for epics as well.
Okay.
So you don't need to pull a bunch of duplicate epics, which is pretty cool. So guild boss, 100% should be a focus, just pushing as high as you can. And I'd be very willing to help out with that as well. And then not only do you have the Drake's Chasm, which is daily, you have the Semra and now the Zerbis, which are weekly resets. So it's kind of like the same thing as like a Hydra rotation. So you'll have to go back to like the guild, and then you'll have to go to the Titanic Ruins weekly on the right-hand
I
side.
see.
Yeah, so then from here, from these chests, very much kind of the same thing. You're getting yourself a lot of like summons, like a ton of them. Like Watcher of Realms gives you a lot of summons in general, but this is where the majority of them are coming from. And then, yeah, you can click any of the chests that shows you the rewards. You can still get gems from here. You can get the mithril, which are the kind of like little ores there. Yeah, exactly. That stuff is used for leveling up your artifacts. You can get the Maloric Hall gemstones from here. You can get the spirits that are used for like ascending gear and stuff like that to be like a higher rarity. Super crucial content. This is kind of more like your mid game though. So Drake's Chasm would be like your early to mid game. Your Semra takes over the mid game, and then Matrix is kind of take over your end game kind of content.
Okay. And they've got new content
Guild-
coming soon.
Yes, kind of. So that's rotational. Basically, what happens is we have seasons of Guild Wars. So we're on season 10 right now of the Guild Wars, which you have to beat like hard 514 to unlock it. Then the top, I want to say top 100, top 200 guilds get invited to the Gladiator Gauntlet, where it's basically like a very competitive tournament almost, if you want to think of it that way. So just like the top guilds compete kind of thing, which is pretty cool. So it's like, imagine Siege from Raid, but it's like continued and more important.
Okay.
If we're being honest, yeah. The rewards from that are really good. I don't know if you have any experience with the guild versus guild in this game, but you
Not
essentially
quite.
get to play as the enemy. So players will set defenses, and then you're spawning in like demon soldiers to try and get to their portals, pretty much, which is cool.
Oh, that is pretty sweet. This is also really cool visuals. Like I love the way they introduce new heroes into the game, and then they have these really cool backgrounds and whatnot, and then the quests that you can use. And if I click off the screen, it says, "Hey, no, it's right here. Don't worry." Like start with the storyline, and you can go from there.
Stuff here now.
Yeah, it is really nice. You can obviously you can skip it, which is great too. But overall, it kind of wants you to focus on certain gameplay, and I do like this part about this game too, is where you're able to walk around, sort of like Diablo Immortal. You know, you can kind of walk around the map and attack or sort of attack people from here, which looks really cool. Or it kind of reminds me of like the old-fashioned or somewhat old-fashioned Final Fantasy, as you'd click until you find a boss, and then you can click into the battle, and then you start fighting the boss, which is really cool too. And then you can leave anytime.
Yeah, that's a very good comparison, because then it's like literally the turn-based kind of sort of thing.
Yeah,
Final Fantasy.
I used to play that all the time when I was younger, but you know, time goes on, moves on, right? But anyways, I think we're just gonna stop it here. A lot of information for me to take in, and I've learned a lot just from listening to everything you had to say. And now I know to focus on specific areas. Like focus on hard. If you're stuck in normal, focus on hard. Start there. Push as far as you can. Get as much resources. Then go back and try to focus on the raid events. So mainly gear raid, because right now I'm kind of stuck with gear not being strong enough. And then once I've done that, then go back into the campaign and sort of rinse and repeat to complete that. And then I can move on to harder levels of this game, which in that case, I should probably focus on the tide. Like, I'm not sure if the tide is that important. Like, it was okay. I do make sure I collect the onslaught rewards, but overall, I think I've learned a lot, and I think that if there are new players watching this for the first time, hopefully it helped you out as well. Any last words you want to give to the audience?
My last words would be, don't ignore tide either. Tide's very important. it's how you're going to get the awakenings for Volka, the free hero we talked about. Apart from that, though, thank you for having me. Of course, it was a fantastic collaboration. It'd be very cool to check in like, 6 months or something like that if you continue playing and just see how your account's progressed. One of the best parts of content creation is you can kind of look back and just see how different things were. It's like a time capsule. It's very cool. But yeah, thanks for having me. It's been awesome.
Of course, Gare Bear. And guys, make sure you go and subscribe to Gare Bear's channel. He does have a lot of posts on Watcher of Realms as well as Raid and other content too. So check him out. Take care.